about the credit bureaus and hidden reports no one checks. My name is Coach Misty. Aside from being your identity strategist, I am your tax guru and your credit queen. And I am here to give you information to help you understand your credit. Not only do we clear up credit, clean credit sweeps, whatever you want to call it, I'm also here to educate you about credit because cleaning your credit is just step number one. You need to clean your mindset. All right. So we're going to talk about the big three bureaus, TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. Also, we are going to talk about some other reports that a lot of people don't know about, which are ChexSystems and LexisNexis. I hope that this information I give you not only helps you understand your credit, but if it helps you to learn how to clean your credit by yourself, then I have done what? My job. Go on and get your glasses on. Okay, whatever classes you need tonight, go ahead and put this on. Come on in, tapping is clapping, sharing is caring. As always, if you would like my help with your credit, you can visit Budget with Bay. Thank you. You can visit budgetwithbay.com or click the link in my bio if you would like help or credit. I am here to help you right now through April 1st. I am running a promotion, buy one, gift one, meaning that you buy whatever credit package you buy, we're going to give that same package to someone else, the person of your choice. So buy one, gift one throughout until April 1st. All right. So again, welcome in. My name is Coach Misty. I'm the owner of Budget with Bay. I'm the owner of CME Financials. I'm your tax guru, credit queen, and all that. You know what I was about to say. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Get your pen and paper out. If you are in bed or don't feel like writing it out, I understand. You can go back to YouTube. I am Coach Misty on YouTube and go and watch this class for free. I am Coach Misty on YouTube. Share this out with somebody. It just might change their life. So tonight, it's not all about credit scores, right? It's not. It's about approvals and why people with good credit still get quietly declined. How many of y'all have over a 620 and you still getting declined for stuff? How many people watching this? If you have over a 620 and you still getting declined or 640 or 680 and you don't understand why you can't get certain things, I'm going to tell you what's happening. We're going to discuss this right now. If you're on your way to having a 700, you still need to come on and listen because this will help you circumvent some of those problems that you will have once you get to that 700. And they're like, oh, I got a 700. I can get anything I want. Not necessarily, but we're going to help you circumvent some of those problems. All right. So here's the deal. If you've ever been told that everything looks fine on your credit, or we can't verify you, or you don't qualify at this time, or you got hit with an additional review that takes days, this class is for you. If you for something and you know damn well, listen, you said you want free hair. Well, send me a fucking message, French Diamonds. Goddamn. Send me a message. Email me. I ain't nobody, girl. Send me a message. We'll get you signed up today. I'll send you the thing. Send me a message. DM me. I thank you for coming on to the class. Thank you. Thank you for coming on to the class. Go ahead and send him. We'll get you set up tonight. Now I'm gonna say this to say that, French Diamonds. Once I send you this information tonight, Once I send you this information tonight, I need you to go ahead and sign up tonight, not tomorrow, not next week, not, oh, I'm going to get to it. I need you to have the same sense of urgency. Today, I'm going to call like, girl, where your documents at? Where your stuff at? The same as the urgency you got in this live. I want you to have it when I send you this link, okay? All right, Stink. Here we go. All right, like I was saying, if you've ever applied for something and you like, I know damn well I should have got this. I don't know why didn't I this? Or they say, hey, we're gonna send you an additional review. Okay, boo. I'll get to you in 1 second. Thank you. Y'all, if you have any questions for me outside of what I'm teaching in class, please send me a DM. Please and thank you. Please send me a DM and I will respond to you. Okay? All right, thank you. Here's the deal. Most people are taught that there's only three credit bureaus, right? TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. And technically that is true. But strategically, that is incomplete. So there are the big three. I'm here to talk to you about all the big three plus the hidden report no one checks and you don't know about, right? So yes, there are the big three. And they are, listen, and then there are some hidden reporting systems that's sitting behind them. And the reason why so many people stay stuck is not because they're lazy or because they're not trying hard enough. It's because they're only surface layer. A lot of y'all done did the credit repair. You done did the things. Everybody right now is selling books and how to clean your own credit. Hell, I got a book on how to clean your own credit, right? But if these people, whoever's telling you how to clean your own credit, if they don't tell you about LexisNexis, then they really doing you a disservice. So that's why I'm gonna teach you about I'm gonna teach you about LexisNexis and ChexSystems tonight. If you're not going to LexisNexis first before you start cleaning your credit, you really going out the world ass backwards. So I'm gonna go ahead and teach y'all that shit tonight. Come on in, right? So here's the deal. So listen, if you are just attacking TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax, you are only dealing with the surface layer, right? And then you get confused about how I follow. I use these prompts. I use this template. I use this verbiage. I use this law, and then the system still treats you like a risk or doesn't clean up your credit. Right? I'm gonna walk you through the layers. First, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna break down the big three thoroughly. Right? I'm gonna talk about what TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax, what they are, what they do, and how they get the data. Right? Why they don't match, and why one sweep doesn't equal a full cleanup. Listen to what I say. One sweep does not equal a full cleanup. I'm gonna say this again. Does not equal a full cleanup. A lot of y'all pay for TransUnion. Right when I was doing a sale on the sweeps, a lot of people was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get TransUnion." Now your TransUnion score then went up 100, 200, sometimes even 300 points, but your Experian and Equifax still looking fucked up. All right, so unless you're dealing with a creditor who only uses TransUnion, you really need to go ahead and get that two cleaned up. And I'm gonna say this to say that, and I want everybody to hear this. TransUnion, I'm gonna tell you why TransUnion can be cleaned up first. I'm gonna explain that tonight. TransUnion, you can see a change in TransUnion within 5 days, where in Experian and Equifax, it takes up to 35 days to see a change. So a lot of times my clients and people get impatient and they like, oh wait, what's going on? Is it done? Is it done? Is it done? No, it takes 30 to 35 days because they all collect data differently. So I'm gonna talk about that. All right. So I'm gonna talk about who the big three are, what they do, how they get their data, why they don't match, and why one sweep does not equal a full. Welcome in. My name is Coach Missy. I'm the owner of Budget with Bay and owner of More Tax Services. I have been in the credit and the tax game. Hold on one second. I have been in the credit and the tax game for over 20 years. Hold on. I gotta take Zion. All right. So I got that. Now we also going to expose the secondary systems that quietly block approvals. That's LexisNexis and ChexSystems. These are those people never discover until they're already been denied. So how many ChexSystems before they got denied for something? Or how many people actually knew that don't know nothing about credit? How many people knew about LexisNexis? That's one of the services I sell on the site, I offer on the site, is the LexisNexis. Hold on a second. Like, well, what's that? And this, that, and the other. And then they normally buy LexisNexis after they've already started their credit repair. So what I'm gonna do tonight, I'm gonna try to go ahead and answer questions. Not try, I'm gonna answer the questions that you have. All right. And we're gonna start with the foundation. So let's go ahead and talk about TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. All right. So here's the deal. I want you to know that the big three, they are not lenders. In case anybody was wondering, and I hope y'all wasn't, the big three are not lenders. They are data warehouses. Okay. They are not, listen, you think that they're the determining factors. They're not. They just house data. That is it. So think of TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax as huge as libraries, big libraries. So if you live in a fairly populated town, you have more than one library, right? You got the real nice library up, you got the real nice library that has air conditioning and, a lot of quiet rooms and a big computer lab. That big bitch that we gonna call that Equifax. That's Equifax. Then you got the library in the suburbs. That's pretty cool. Let's say they got maybe 10 computers. They got a whole computer lab. We're going to call that motherfucking Experian. Then you got the little hood library down the street from your house that got two computers, one printer, and you it's a wait list to get on everything. That one is called TransUnion. Y'all understand me? So they're all three libraries. They might have the same type, but one of them has a better quality of books, right? One of them is harder to get to. Y'all like that analogy about the three libraries? They all do the same thing. You can all go to these libraries and check out information, right? If I want to do a report on poodles, I can go to any of these libraries and get a book on poodles. But at the Experian, at the Equifax or Experian library, I might have a might stay there longer, right? Might be a more extensive uh books, a more extensive search about poodles. Whereas I go to the TransUnion one, if I go to the Hood library, I might find one or two books, and then nobody looking for them books, so I'm able to take them out, okay, expeditiously. So that's how I explain the three credit bureaus as the libraries. Okay, so here's the deal. These are called credit reporting agencies, also known as A's. TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax are consumer reporting agencies. I'm sorry, consumer reporting agencies. Okay, so here's the deal. They do not approve you, they do not deny you, and they do not give you a score. Do you understand this? I'm gonna say this again. They do not approve you, they do not deny you. TransUnion did not deny you. The creditor did. Equifax did not approve you. The creditor did. And they do not give you a score. What they do is they store, they organize, and distribute consumer data, right? Then they do that. They distribute consumer data, and lenders, banks, landlords, insurers, and employers use this data to make decisions. So when people say the bureaus ruined my credit, when you say that shit, oh, the bureaus ruined my credit, what you really mean is the bureau is reporting data that a lender furnished and the scoring model interpreted. That's it. That's all. So I want y'all to know that that distinction does matter when we're talking about the credit bureaus, because if you don't understand it, you will fight the wrong target, right? I want you to know that the credit report is raw data. So anything showing up on your credit report, credit inquiries, addresses, all that is raw data, but the score is a reaction. Okay, your credit report is the record and your score is the summary, right? So let's talk about what the credit report contains. Y'all should be writing this down, or at least making sure y'all watch this video. A credit report contains, number one, personal identifiers. That's number one. We talking about names, addresses, variations. This is the shit you need to get off before you start disputing any of your shit. You need to clean up first. Names, addresses, variations, and employers. You need to take all that shit off, right? You should have one address, and that should not be the address that's linked to most of your accounts that you want to dispute. You'll need to have one name. Some of y'all been use aliases or whatever the case may be. You need to have one name, one address, one employer. That's it. One employer, one phone number. You shouldn't have nothing else. Take all that other shit off of there. Listen, when you do a dispute, do you dispute with all three? So for me, I do aggressive disputes. Me, I dispute everything at once, but I do the dispute I'm trying to teach y'all about standard credit dispute. I do credit sweeps. So for a person, if you're going to dispute, you need to dispute all three at one time. But if you're doing this, if you're disputing it yourself, if you don't know how to do a credit sweep, I need you to dispute more than five things at one time. But before you start disputing items, I need you to dispute that. I need you to get all that personal identifier shit cleared up. Clear that first. Okay. So the way that I'm teaching y'all about disputing is how I did. You said, no, I'm seeing your personal information. What are you talking about? So, anywho, when y'all disputing shit, clear that shit up first. Period, point blank. Clear that up first. Clear the names, the addresses, all that. Those are buyers, right? Now, another thing that I'm talking about what a report has. A report has trade. These are going to be accounts, credit cards, loans, things like that. Your trade lines are listed. Also, your payment history, whether it's on time, late, or charged off. Payment history. You also have collections and public records, right? Listen, public records, bankruptcies, your evictions, things like that, any judgments against you, public records. And you also have inquiries. And then sometimes there are soft indicators on the bureau and the file. I want you to know that the score is just a number produced by a scoring model like FICO or Vantage. Have y'all ever logged into? Yes, Juju Bear, all of them. Okay, that's fine. Y'all can ask me questions while I'm going through. So Juju Bear said, do you dispute with all? Yes, you want to get all. So here's the deal. And that's what I'm talking about LexisNexis too. Let's talk about that. You're gonna dispute that shit. We're gonna go to LexisNexis and freeze it. See, that's what I'm saying. But when you're disputing, you get all your shit off at one time. You're going to send the same letters saying, I want the same names, addresses. And here's the deal. This address in Cleveland may not be, it might be on TransUnion, but it might not be on Equifax. So you're going to go ahead and look and say, okay, Well, these is what I want off Equifax, and this is what I want off Experian. This is what I want off of TransUnion. If you're disputing your shit yourself, you need to get all three of your credit reports and print them hoes out. They might be 76 pages. That's fine. Get all three of your credit reports and print them out at one time, and start with your personal information and put them hoes by side. Get you some markers. If y'all go get, I do have a book you can download about how to clean your credit, and it talks about the highlighter method, right? The highlighter method. It talks about how to get you a pack of highlighters. I tell y'all, go to Dollar Tree, go somewhere, get you a pack of highlighters, the different color ones, and how to use these highlighters to identify what it is. It makes it very visible. This color you use, like let's say you use blue for addresses. These are all the addresses that we need to take off. Remember, you need to whatever, listen, if you knew you fucked up your credit from 2019 to 2022 and you lived at 3 Sesame Street during that time, that is not the address you leave on your credit report. That is not the address you want to have. Okay, thank you. That is not the address you want to have, is 123 Sesame Street, if that's what's attached to most of the things that you want to take off. Right? You need to sit back before y'all get to sending out letters. You need to ask yourself, when was I fucked up? God damn it. Listen, when can I? Yes, I can clear information from public records. I got that on the site. When was I fucked up? And you identify that time, and whatever address is associated with that, that's the shit you delete. Whenever you started doing better for yourself, most people want to clear their credit up once they start doing better for themselves. That's the shit you keep. That's the one you keep. Okay? All right. So, again, you said, thank you, pretty, thank you, friend. Listen, I want to tell y'all. So then I'm talking FICO and Advantage, right? The FICO and Advantage. So you will go ahead and sometimes you will see three different credit scores. You might use Credit Karma, you might use some other things. And you be like, why is my score different? Because you have a FICO or Advantage. It all depends. Like I think Capital One, my Capital One accounts might use Vantage, whereas Credit Karma might use FICO, the FICO 8. And it's different credit scores are different. If you signed up for my credit repair service, or if you even signed up for smart credit through me, you will see you can log into your smart credit account and see all of your smart credit scores. You have a different credit score for auto. That's why a lot of y'all be on Credit Karma, and Credit Karma get y'all about the car dealership every time. Because y'all be at online for Credit Karma, and then they say you got a 640 or 650, and you walk into the dealership. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and get this whoop de doo, and then boom, guess what happened? Guess what happened? They pull your credit report like, no, you got a 567. And you be like, who? Not me. Blah, blah, blah. What you're looking at was not your car. It wasn't your FICO auto score. It was just it might have been Vantage score. It might have been the regular FICO. So you need to know that you have different scores for different things. Hold on one second. Let me go ahead and block this bitch. Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Coach Misty, and I am not with the trolls. Do not let the dress or the these fool you. I am really that nigga. So one second, cause this bitch wants some. She obviously wants some attention. Hold please. Hold on, I'm gonna go and block this hoe real quick. And I'm back. The fuck? And if anybody in this live want to get it, you don't like what I'm saying, then get the fuck on. Cause I'm just not for the bullshit, y'all. I'm just not for the fuck shit today or tomorrow. I think people get shit twisted and they just come on and be like, I'm gonna go ahead and say something stupid. Bitch, I will block you. Point blank, get the fuck on. Do not let this abaya fool you. Bitch, do not let these soft colors fool you in real life. Thank you, Jesus. All right, y'all. Let's talk about why all the credit reports never match. Let's talk about that shit. Yeah, because I'm I ain't got no snacks. Okay. I'm really with the shits in real life. Like I think this dress got people fucked up. Hmm? I think the dress and the hair got people fucked up. I went to the barbecue place. I went to the barbecue place today, and this lady tried me at the barbecue place, and I was like, "Oh, you think 'cause I got this dress on, bitch? I still got hair on my legs. I'm really that nigga. Okay, don't let this dress fool you, bitch. I got a calf full of leg. I got a calf full of hair from my knee to my ankle. I look like somebody's in. Stop playing with me. In real life, bitch, I am ashy under this dress. Welcome in. My name is Coach Misty. I was trying to wear the dresses and thinking maybe the dress will calm me down or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll put the dress on. You know, it's about to be Valentine's Day and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I started wearing the dresses outside and shit. You know, maybe the dress will calm me down and hey, how you? I did fold some clothes and shit when I came home. I hung up some shit. I was like, maybe the dresses will make me feel, wifely and you know what I'm saying? Fuck out here. Let's get to this shit. So let me tell y'all why the big three don't match and why this shit is normal. So one of the biggest misunderstandings people have is thinking that the big three share information automatically. You thinking, well, if it was disputed on TransUnion, if it was disputed on TransUnion, why is it still on Equifax? It don't work like that. These motherfuckers don't talk to each other. That's not their job, right? Here's the deal. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian are all competitors. These are all business. They have separate databases, and they buy different data feeds. So sometimes your credit card might appear on TransUnion and Equifax and not Experian, or it might appear on Experian and nothing else, right? This is why y'all need to get a full credit sweep and let me get all three of these wiped out for you, okay? It don't make no sense. The reason is that they receive different furniture updates and they have different matching logic. So it's completely possible for TransUnion to show something removed and Experian to still show it as open and Equifax to show it as paid, but still negative. And people panic, right? Because they think this means that something went wrong. What it usually means is that the data supply chain is not synchronized, right? Again, I told y'all, I want y'all to think of these as each as a separate library. Thank you so much. I want y'all to think TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian as separate libraries, right? Each library has some of the same books, some different books, some books updated faster, and some books were missing pages. So if you correct an error, so let me tell you this. So when y'all get to dispute y'all credit, and let me say that, hoes, stop letting these people sell y'all on you and take you that you can have clean credit in 14 days across all three bureaus. I'm telling you, I do credit, bitch. Absolutely not. Because then y'all call me, stress me out. Stop letting these on Instagram. You're not gonna have clean credit across all three bureaus in no 14 fucking days. Please. The easiest thing to do is a TransUnion credit sweep. You understand me? And knock out a lot of shit. But even sometimes people, the creditors will try to put shit back on there. They selling to do something different. So stop letting people lie to y'all with that bullshit. Like, oh, in 14 days, you're going to have an 800. Absolutely not. This is a 90-day process. A 90-day, Marsha Lake, shut the fuck up. You know, I got me acting crazy. I'm not crazy, Marsha Lake. That's your job. Okay? That's your job. I'm not crazy. Hmm? Girl, that's your fucking gig. Anywho, stop letting people sell y'all that bullshit ass lie. I'm knocking nobody's hustle, but I'm telling you, don't come over here to budget with Bae and you didn't paid, and then 2 days later you think you're gonna have a better credit score. Like I be telling y'all hoes done had bad credit for the last 20 years. Don't come fucking with me in 20 days. Huh? Y'all hoes that had bad credit for 20 years, and then y'all come over here and 2 days later, or like SpongeBob, 2 days later, you talking about I ain't seen nothing update on my credit score. Bitch, was you watching your credit this tough when you was fucking it up? Let me do my thing. God damn. I'm back. All right. So here's the deal. The reason why I'm telling you this shit is because one sweep is not a full cleanup. Okay. Once round is not a full cleanup. And that's where a lot of DIY repair goes sideways, right? Because people only clean up one bureau and you get excited. And then you start applying for shit while the other systems still show inconsistencies. Okay. You don't think when people pull your credit, they don't know what the fuck going on. If your TransUnion at a 740, your Experian at a 467, bitch, they know you didn't clean that shit up over here. They know your credit's still bad, ho. They know you done cleaned it up. Police. So let me tell you, let's talk about TransUnion and let me talk about why it often changes first for people. Let me go ahead. I'm breaking this shit down for y'all. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I started cleaning up my own credit, at first I started with my own credit. And then once I realized I cleaned up my own credit and I learned the process, I started working on other people's credit. And I've been doing this shit for a long time. Long ass time. I'll be 110 with you, bitch. I done cleaned it up, fucked it up, and cleaned it up again. Okay? Cleaned up, fucked it up, and cleaned it up again. All right? Police, because I was like, well, I know how to clean my shit, so I'm gonna fuck it up for the one time. But you can't keep doing that shit. Clean it up again. You can't keep doing that. Okay, don't be like me. At some point, you just gotta say, we're not doing this. So I stopped at one point because I like to sign and drive. I like to sign and drive. And it ain't but so many fucking credit card companies you gonna have. Even if you clean it, if you had Amex and we clean it up, but you can't go back and apply for another Amex. They know your ass had it. They may not be able to put it on your credit report, but it never left their files. Mm. Now, let's get anybody have any questions, concerns, or comments? Coach Misty, and I'm with the shits. Question, concerns, or comments? Yes, no, maybe so. What we doing? Y'all with me? Okay, let's talk about it. First of all, TransUnion is often the bureaus people see movement on first in certain consumer repair workflows. Not always, but commonly, right? That's how I can get your TransUnion cleared up in 5 days. TransUnion tends to be heavily used in some credit card underwriting pools, some tenant screenings, some identity and risk overflows, also consumer monitoring products, right? And here's the deal: what matters is that it's not easier. What matters is that the way the data is populated and updated can feel faster for some people, depending on who their lenders are and what reporting routes their lenders are using. So you can go to budgetwithbay.com and go check it out. My full credit suite for all 297. When you buy one, you gift one. It's one payment. The only thing you have to keep is your credit minus 90 days. So I do a full credit sweep, all three bureaus, 3 rounds, 297. You get one, and the next bitch get one too. Buy one, gift one. Bada boom, bada bing. That's what we doing, and that's going to run until April 1st. Buy one, gift one. So if your credit bad, 9 times out of 10, you know a bitch you credit bad. Bitches with bad credit run together. I know, because I used to run with bad credit bitches too, right? Bad bitches with bad credit run together. So if your shit fucked, your sister shit fucked up, so won't you just go ahead and give it to her as well? All right, let's get into it. So that's 297, one payment, and you just have to keep your credit monitoring for 3 months. All right. So again, TransUnion. So here's the deal: if you are applying for a place, most of the time, first of all, say that. So some of y'all in a tight spot and you need to get a place, right? A spot, a little jam, and you need to get a place. Ask these motherfuckers who they using. If they use TransUnion, like for instance on Zillow use Experian. So if you want to rent a place through Zillow, let's talk about it. Okay, if you want to rent a place through Zillow uses Experian. So a lot of times when people list their houses on Zillow, they will want you to use the Zillow applicant tool. People who pay to list their houses on Zillow for rent want you to use the Zillow application tool. So here's the deal: if you're as high as Giraffe Cooch, but TransUnion is low to the your Experian is low to the flow, it's not gonna matter. That's the score they're gonna see. So I need you to, when you want to apply for something, these are part, ask them who they're using, and don't let them be like, oh, them hoes know who they use. They know they use TransUnion. They know who they using. They may not be the one pushing the button to run the credit, but they know exactly who they're using. Okay. So find that shit out. So if you find somebody who is using TransUnion and you know you just need to get into a spot real quick, you need to get approved for something, then just come on and get your TransUnion suite. Now I do TransUnion suites for $97. Still buy one, get one. $97 TransUnion suite, upload all your shit, create your TransUnion.com account. Boom, we can have you with a new credit score in 5 days after you uploaded all your shit and gave me what I needed. TransUnion Sweep, $97, but.com, go check it out. All right, so here's the deal. Again, I'm going to tell you, TransUnion might show updates earlier because your furniture reports to TransUnion sooner in a month, or your file matches cleaner with TransUnion identifiers, or your monitoring pool is capturing changes faster, or you fucking with a bad bitch like me who do sweeps. Right? But none of this means you're done. It means that one database is moving. So we get TransUnion cleaned up first, right? They give y'all hoes hope. When y'all come to me and I do your TransUnion first, if you get all three bureaus and I do TransUnion first, do not, I repeat, for the love of God, stop running out here and applying for shit. Stop. Stop running out here and applying for shit because your TransUnion is cleaned up. Unless you only need TransUnion somewhere. Stop going out here. Stop being like, oh my God, you raised my TransUnion up 300 points. I want to go get me a car. Please have several seats. Okay? Please. At least let me get that other shit off your credits. Sit down. This is a 90-day process. Let's talk about Experian. Now, Experian is often the most stubborn. Experian credit is the credit bureau that's going to get the least amount of shit off is Experian, okay? Listen, this is the hardest one to deal with. And the reason is Experian has a huge presence in both consumer and identity verification ecosystems. They operate in a way that can feel more locked down. So when you go and apply for these credit cards, most of them are going through Experian, personal loan decisions, Experian, identification verification workflows, identity verification workflows, Experian, and pre-qualification ecosystems, right? So if Experience files has mismatched identifiers such as old addresses, variations, and duplicates, you will get manual reviews, more unable to verify incomes, and more stalls and dispute outcomes, right? Because identity match matters. So, like I said, what did I tell y'all in the beginning, boys and girls? Before you start disputing all this shit on your credit, clean up them goddamn addresses. But I'm gonna tell you about LexisNexis too. Clean them fucking addresses up. I'm gonna say that Experian is a bad bitch. Huh? Listen, you got your Keishas of the world. You got your Keishas, you got your Keishas, you got your Tinas, and then you got your Alexis. Alexis is a bad bitch. And that's what Experian is, huh? Experian, let me tell you something. Experian is gonna hold on. Experian gonna hold on. You ever seen a person they had a perm turn around and get their hair bleach blonde and their hair didn't fall off? That's how tough Experian is. It's tougher than motherfucking roots. It's tougher than fucking roots. That's how tough Experian is. You ever comb through somebody's hair and the fucking comb broke? You came back and teeth was missing, bitch. That's how tough Experian is. You understand what I'm saying? This shit is not for the faint heart. All right, listen. Uh, hey, let me tell you something. A lot of people are trying to dispute account. Their identity layer is messy. You trying to dispute these accounts, but you got all these old addresses, all these old phone numbers, all these different names y'all hoes, and y'all using y'all maiden and y'all married name. Y'all hoes is using your middle name as your first name. All that shit is recorded. Okay. Listen, and that is like trying to fix your credit report while the system is still unsure if you're the correct person attached to the file. You're doing too fucking much. Now, let's talk about Equifax. So we talked about TransUnion, we talked about Experian. Let's talk about Equifax. Okay, this is why it's often quiet until it matters. Equifax, people really don't talk about Equifax like that. A lot of y'all don't even know how to spell Equifax, so that's okay, right? Equifax sometimes feel like the bureau that people forgot about until it blossomed. You like, damn, Equifax, I forgot they was even around. Let me tell you what Equifax is used in: mortgage ecosystems, some auto lending decisions, employment screening pathways, and certain insurance underwriting pools. Yes, you have insurance score. Why? Listen, why you and your homegirl both got all. You got one car, she got one car. You got a house, she got a house. She paid 134 for everything, bitch. You pay 697, and you like. I don't understand. We both in the same city, the same da da da. Why I'm paying 697 for home and auto, she paid 134. You know why? Because her insurance. You know why? Because she don't jump insurance carriers and she pay her fucking insurance bills on time. Bitch, you are high risk. If you don't pay your bills, listen, not paying your bills and missing payments make you high risk for other shit, not just getting a credit card or a loan or a mortgage. It make you high risk for insurance too. All right. So here's the deal. And Equifax data can sometimes be the last to reflect updates depending on the furniture and timing of the report. All right. So again, I'm gonna go right back through it real quick, and I'm gonna tell you where TransUnion shows up, what lenders use TransUnion the most, who use Experian and Equifax. All right, so I'm going back to my notes. TransUnion is going to be some credit cards. Some credit cards use TransUnion. Renting. That's why I said if you need to get into a place real quick, 9 times out of 10, if you're going for an apartment, they using TransUnion, right? So renting and tenant screenings, right? Identity and risk overflows and consumer monitoring products, right? So a lot of these credit score places, they use the credit monitoring, like Smart Credit. They use TransUnion for the score that they show you, and you have to pay to upgrade, get all three: Equifax and Experian, right? When we talking about Experian is 9 times out of 10 the credit card decisions come from Experian. Personal loan decisions, the banks use Experian to also identify you, right? Pre-qualifications ecosystems, and then Equifax. Equifax is that quiet hole in the back that's crazy, right? The Equifax is for the mortgages, right? Some auto lending decisions. I know most auto lenders use Experian or TransUnion, depending on what type of lender. If they are a subprime lender, meaning that they're gonna use APRs, they'll use TransUnion. If they are a prime lender like Capital One or Ally Bank or something like that, use Experian for your scores. All right. And so then, like I said, Equifax, she that quiet holder in the back, but she crazy. That's gonna be the employment screening. Okay. And then insurance underwriting pools. Listen, a lender might only pull one bureau. I want y'all to understand, a lender might pull one, two, or they pull all three. So again, like I good as fuck on TransUnion and still be declined because the lender pulled Experian. You can look good on Experian and still be declined because the lender pulled Equifax. This is why your score can be misleading, right? Listen, because the score you see depends on which bureau your app is showing you, which scoring model the app uses, data was last updated. So while you out here thinking you at one level, right, the lender sees a different file. And this is why one sweep, when y'all do one thing, that's not a full cleanup. One sweep, one round ain't a full cleanup. Listen, 35 days ain't a full cleanup. This 14-day nonsense they talking to you about, that's not a full cleanup. Okay? I want you to know a sweep is essentially cleaning a portion of reporting, usually on one bureau, by addressing certain negative items, identifiers, or disputes. That's what a sweep means. So a lot of people be like, oh, what does a sweep mean? Whoop-de-doo, blah, blah, blah. All right, y'all, let's see if we can get 30 people. We got a flash go by TikTok. Let's go ahead and get 30 people to click on that goal for us to keep class open to the public. We need 30 people to hit that gift. I appreciate y'all ahead. So here's the deal. We talked about a sweep. A lot of when I say credit sweep is using one aggressive method to approach to sweep all of the negative shit you got. Negative items, identifiers, and and then just doing the disputes with collections, charge-offs, late payments, all that good shit. All right. All right. So let me tell you what a full cleanup means versus one sweep. A full cleanup means all three bureaus are aligned. It means all your identifiers are clean. The names, addresses, all that shit. That means account reporting is consistent. That means there's no duplicates, no mismatch address chains, no stale negatives showing on one bureau but not the other. So I want you to know that a full cleanup does not just mean removal, it's consistency. Okay. So listen, let me say this to say that again, you can have things showing up on Equifax and Experian and not on TransUnion or vice versa. They don't talk to each other, but you need to have the same thing uniform, right? Especially if you're talking about going to buy a house and things of that nature, or going to buy like a luxury car where you want to get an auto loan more than $1,000. You need to have that shit to be consistent, okay? All right, because you have to. What happens is you have to get this loan. You have to have a loan that the others have to approve your loan, because in underwriting, consistency is safety and mismatches the risk. So if you got three addresses over here, six addresses over here, and one over here, it's the problem. Underwriting, gonna be like, some ain't right. Even if your scores look decent, they're gonna be like, something ain't right. Why is three addresses over here, addresses on this one, and one address on that one? All right. Questions and concerns or comments? Because now I'm gonna talk about the hidden consumer reports people don't know exist. Questions, concerns, or comments? You can go ahead and ask me right now. What we doing? Good morning. My name is Coach Misty, and I'm talking about credit holes. Listen, you said, what if you pay for TransUnion? You know, LexisNexis, you're gonna have to go and buy the two. So when you go to budgetwithbay.com, there's a service for two of them. You buy two, and then you buy LexisNexis separately. I'm not doing no upgrades. That's why I told everybody that they had a chance. I even extended it a period of time. But so you go to budgetwithbay.com, you buy the dual one, it's the second option, and then you're gonna go ahead and buy LexisNexis separately. So that's how that works. I'm gonna show y'all. Any other questions? But remember, right now you can get buy one and gift one. So you buy one and gift one. So when you go on my website, the first one is gonna be $97. That's for TransUnion only. The second one is 147. That's for both of them. That's for if you need the other two, buy this one for 147. And then you can scroll down, and LexisNexis and all that good stuff is right down here. If you don't, even if you don't have my credit repair, but you want to get rid of some inquiries, I can go ahead and do that for you. You can go and buy any of these separately. LexisNexis, ChexSystem, all that good stuff. All right. Okay. So that's what we got going right there. So go to withbay.com, and remember, you can buy one and gift one. So whatever you get, we can give it to somebody else. Now, I'm going to tell you why your approvals are getting blocked quietly. Let's talk about the hidden consumer reports that people don't know exist. Now, most people clean the big three and assume I'm good. Y'all clean up TransUnion, Equifax, and this one and be like, oh, I'm straight. But approvals can still stall because of secondary reporting systems. And these are consumer reporting agencies too. just not the ones we'll talk about on TikTok every day. The two biggest ones that I'm gonna teach you about tonight are LexisNexis and ChexSystems. Mirror, 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 mirror. Hmm? I'm gonna say it again. LexisNexis and ChexSystems. Let's get into it. Now, as always, I'm gonna give you what I got. If you LexisNexis or ChexSystems for you, you doing your own credit repair, congratulations to you. You can go ahead and check out on my site and pick LexisNexis and ChexSystems or either or, and we'll go ahead and get that done for you while you continue to do your thing. Okay. All right. So let's talk about LexisNexis. This is the identity and public records. This is what this is. LexisNexis is used heavily for identity verification and risk assessment. Okay, so LexisNexis can be involved in identity verification, insurance underwriting, utilities and phone services, employment screening processes, and fraud and synthetic identity checks. All right, let me tell you what LexisNexis is going to use. LexisNexis is going to tie together public records, address history variations, associations, possible fraud indicators, and sometimes what we call a thin file. Thin file signals that you don't exist strongly enough in the system, right? So what does LexisNexis have? They're gonna put together your public records with your address history, with your name variations, and possible fraud indicators. This is why I tell you, yes, getting the addresses off of the credit, but you need to go ahead and shut LexisNexis down. You can go to LexisNexis.com and create a free LexisNexis pull your report. I suggest everybody, whether you fuck with me or not, I suggest everybody do that today. Go to LexisNexis.com, create a free account, and pull your damn report and see what's on it. All right. And here's the deal. LexisNexis mismatches can stall disputes. Okay, because your disputes can trigger verification systems that rely on identity consistency. So if your file shows multiple addresses that don't connect, variation that's not aligned, a missing address history gap, or conflicting phone and identity markers, the system may not fail you loudly, but it will fail quietly and it will fuck up your disputes. Shutting LexisNexis down too. So because of that, you're gonna get delayed responses, generic letters, are unable to verify, or your disputes don't move the way they should. Okay. And the reason why is because the identity change. So you didn't took all this shit off your credit report, but it's still showing in LexisNexis. So there's a mismatch because creditors use to verify who you are. All right, they just don't take your word for it. No, they don't take just your driver's license. You know how many people got an address on their driver's license that's not relevant today? Everybody. They use LexisNexis. Now, let me talk about ChexSystems. ChexSystems is the bank gatekeeper. Okay, ChexSystems are CHEX systems. CHEX systems. You can go to ChexSystems, do a free account, and pull your ChexSystems report, right? Here's the deal. ChexSystem controls bank account approvals. How many have applied for a bank account from a brick and bank, and they approve you approve for a regular checking account, and then they offer you something else. They offer you something called like a web only account, or they offer you a check account that don't have no checks to it. How many people? Most people don't have checks. You think you ain't got checks no more because banks don't make checks. They make checks. They just don't give it to your ass. You got a bank account. A lot of y'all, I've been doing y'all taxes. A lot of y'all grown as fuck with a Chime account, and we need to talk about that. A lot of y'all grown as fucking got Chime. Chime is for kids. Take a sip. Mm? A lot of y'all grown as fuck with Chime. When it comes time to you ain't, huh? When it comes time to get a mortgage, you're not going there with no Chime account. A lot of y'all in ChexSystems. So if you go online and you go to Bank of America, listen, thank you. You go to Bank of America and apply for a checking account. You know, one of the checking accounts that they say, hey, we're going to give you a free $100 when you deposit, blah, 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 and you go apply. And they say, oh, you didn't qualify for this, but you qualify for that. You in systems, or else your ChexSystems score is low as shit. Or either you was in ChexSystems. And just like any other reported agency, you can only stay on ChexSystems for so long, but you still have a ChexSystems score. So let's talk about it. The system controls bank account approvals. If you are over the age of 30, I need you not to have a Chime account. I need you to come out of that. I need to rebuke the chime spirit off of you. I need you to come out this chime shit. If you over 30 with a chime account, I rebuke it. And I'm gonna help y'all. So let's talk about what check system is going to track. Check system is going to track account closures, right? Overdrafts that were charged off, unpaid negative balances, suspected misuse of accounts, and in fraud flags in certain cases. So you can have a 700 credit score and still be denied for a checking account. And that's not a credit problem, that is a bank history problem. Okay, a banking history problem. This is why people say, I don't understand. My credit is good. I don't get it. I got this 780. Why is they denying me for this? Right? And the bank said, I don't give a fuck about your 780. We aren't able to open up an account for you at this time. What they're really saying is your check system history is not clean enough policy. There it is, right? So what I'm gonna talk to y'all about, any questions about check system or LexisNexis? Yes, no, maybe so. I'm trying to get you an overall view on how shit work. I don't want you doing all this work. And I'm be honest with you, if you're going to clean up your own credit yourself, I need you to dedicate 90 to 100 days to doing so. 90 to 100 days. So understand, if you start your credit repair LexisNexis, yes, that's where all your identity information lies. If you are going to clean up your credit starting March 1st, you need April. So wait, oh, so what is it? So March, April, May. I will give myself until June 15th. I'll give myself until June 15th before I made it moves. And you got to stay on that shit. When you start clearing up your credit yourself, I need you to get all them letters. When them letters come to your house about what's deleted, you need to make you out a little spreadsheet of what you disputed, what's been deleted, and what credit is still on Experian and not on Equifax. It'll get deleted on TransUnion. You only need to dispute 5 things at a time unless you know how to effectively do a credit sweep. If you don't know how to do a credit sweep, it's okay. Dispute 5 things at a time. If you got over 15 or 20 things negative on your credit, you might just need bankruptcy. But ain't no wrong. I didn't file bankruptcy before. Ain't no wrong with bankruptcy. Okay. People be like, oh my God, what about file bankruptcy? Other people do it all the time. They do it all the time. Ain't no wrong with a little bankruptcy. Okay. And they be like, well, I was trying to buy a house before then. 9 times out of 10, the way you was going, you weren't going to have all that down payment money in 3 to 4 years. No fucking way. So go ahead and file bankruptcy, get a fresh start, and do better. More than 20 negative things on your account, bankruptcy looking ass. Okay, bitch, we'll be here all day and stuff. All right, unless you're gonna come to me and let me go and knock that shit out. If you're gonna dispute it, bankruptcy. Now, I'm gonna talk about who overrules who. Let's talk about the authority layer, right? I'm gonna tell you the hierarchy that most people never learn when it comes to these the big three: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, right? And then we're gonna talk about LexisNexis and ChexSystems. So the big three are the credit authority, right? We talked about the three credit bureau names. LexisNexis is the identity authority. That's where all your shit with your identity is. That's need to freeze that hoe. And then checks is your banking authority. So when it comes to clean credit, if you have clean credit and a bad check systems, you will get a bank denial. Clean credit and bad check systems, you won't be able to get that bank account you're looking for. Credit and a weak LexisNexis identity match, you'll have a star verification. That's when they be asking you for more information, something, and they say, we want to give it to you, but we need you to send in a picture of your ID. We need you to send us in a utility bill. American Express did me like that years ago. That we want to approve you. I ain't never got. That's the first time I ever saw that letter. Like, we want to give you this, but we need some more information on you first. Because I had strong credit and a weak LexisNexis profile, right? If you have a great score, but messy identifying. You got 6 addresses over there, 4 addresses on this one. It's going to be friction and delays. And I want you to know that nothing is not broken. Your credit report is not broken. Your methods are not broken. You're just looking at the wrong layer. All right? You're just looking at the wrong layers. Are you attacking the wrong shit when you're doing these disputes? Okay? And this is where most DIY repair stops. Not because people quit, but because they don't know that this other layer existed. The point where they did the 3 rounds, they did everything their book taught them how to do, but the people who taught or the book they bought never taught them how to do LexisNexis or ChexSystems, right? So even if you do right and you're still hitting walls, don't internalize this as a failure. Internalize this as information, because once you see the full system, right, you stop guessing and you start sequencing. Once you pull all these reports, so instead of putting 3 reports, boys and girls, how many reports do we need? Instead of pulling in 3 reports, how many reports do we need? Let me see. Let me see who's paying attention. Do 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 do. How many reports do we need instead of 3? Do 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 do. Am I talking to myself? How many reports do we need instead of pulling 3 reports? How many reports you need to pull? Nobody knows. Thank you, Honey John, to pull all 5 of them hoes. Thank you, mirror, 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 mirror. You need to pull 5 loops in the 5. You need to pull LexisNexis, Credit Systems. I'm sorry, ChexSystems, LexisNexis, and all 3 bureaus. You need to pull all 5 of them, and you can pull all 5 for free. If you've already used your freecreditreport.com for the year, if you've already used, then you can go to each credit bureau and sign up for a free account for each credit bureau. I don't give a fuck if they tell me you don't do that. Sign up for a free account and you can pull your credit report, each credit bureau with that free account. And you can go sign up a free account for LexisNexis and ChexSystem and pull your the information as a whole. Okay. All right. So questions, concerns, or comments. I'm here for it. What questions, concerns, or comments do you have? I told y'all I was going to teach y'all a little something, and that's what I did. Questions, concerns, or comments. If you want how to do it yourself, it's a book on my site, and I teach you about all of it, not just the 3 and our letters and laws. I teach you all of it. LexisNexis and ChexSystem, all that shit is in there. Okay, if you want me to do it for you, I can tell you where to go and sign up, and it's buy one, get one. Buy one, get one. Okay, buy one for you and then give one to somebody else. So does anybody have any credit questions for me? You can ask me now. If you don't worry about if you missed it, it's on YouTube. You know, I always keep my shit on, and I'll be back next Tuesday with another class. Now I'm gonna hold these questions. I'm gonna hold these questions open for about 10 more seconds. And then I'm gonna hang up on y'all. Okay? Look, okay. Okay. All right. Well, listen, Facebook, YouTube, listen, you can always go. You can catch me at budgetwithbay.com, BAE, budgetwithbay, BAE.com. Or you can go to the link right here, which is go.iamcoachmissy.com, which lists all of my businesses on one page. You can check out, hey, I'm not doing no more tax returns. If anybody was wondering, I'm about to close my schedule. If you can find a tax return appointment, you better snag it up because I'm done with tax season. You said, is it best to do credit sweep first or debt consolidation? I would do a credit sweep. I wouldn't do debt consolidation. No, because in order to do debt consolidation, that means you verifying that all this debt is yours. Once you do debt consolidation, and then it's harder to do a credit sweep if you've already agreed to debt consolidation. So I would get rid of everything I could first off the credit report, and if anything was sticking, then do debt consolidation based off that. What other questions y'all have? Anything else? Thank you so much, Erica. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. Next Tuesday, we're gonna talk about disputes, timing, and why do-it-yourself gets stuck. Disputes and timing. Listen, I'm gonna explain to y'all the dispute cycles. I'm gonna talk about why disputing everything at once will backfire if you're not doing it as a sweep. I'm gonna talk about how reinsertion happens, how you get something off your credit report and you turn around 30, 40 days later, it's back on there under a different company name. We're gonna talk about that shit. We're gonna talk about what verify actually really means with your stuff about next Tuesday. I'm gonna talk to y'all about why credit monitoring matters during repair and the difference between a consumer sent dispute versus a professional workflow. All right. Again, my name is Coach Misty. Make sure you guys go ahead and screenshot that. You can text that number if you have a question about the credit program, or just go ahead and sign up with Budget with Bay.